Surely not. Surely I'm not reviewing another electric family SUV in another beautiful overseas location. Yes, here I am. Because something about this Citroën ë-C5 doesn't quite add up. It looks sharp, the price is surprisingly low, the range is decent, and the charging isn't half bad either, which can surely only mean one thing. Something fishy is going on. Feels a little bit too good to be true. Stick around and find out if it is. Oh, and while you're there, do subscribe. Thanks. Now, let me set the scene first. This is Citroën's first car using the mid-size electric underpinnings, which are shared generously around the mammoth Stellantis group. So we've already seen the Vauxhall Grandland, the Peugeot E3008 and E5008. There's also a Jeep Compass on the way and a couple of DS models too. And if you still like the smell of petrol, I'm judging you. They are available with hybrid powertrains as well as a fully electric like this. The C5 is 4.65 metres long. That's 15 centimetres bigger than the outgoing C5 Aircross, and it means that this car's big rivals will be things like the Skoda Enyaq, Nissan Ariya and Renault Scenic. But here's the kicker. The Citroën is cheaper than them all. Prices for the electric version start at just £34,000. And even this one, the poshest version with the biggest battery, is likely to be around 40k, although we are waiting for confirmation of the final price. Now, that's before any grants are applied, and rumour has it the C5 might get the full 3,750 quid off. We're going to keep a close eye on those prices and what grants are available, because once the grants are applied, there might only be a small difference in cost between upgrading to the bigger battery. Now, either way, I appreciate that 34 grand is still a chunk of cash, right? But it's around the same as a Vauxhall Mocha and £10,000 less than the Peugeot, which seems just, well, a bit odd. Hence my suspicion. So, what's the catch? So, Nick has actually already done a full, very detailed, very excellent review, a static review of this car. If you do want to watch that, you can click here, but don't click there until you've watched the end of this. So, in the meantime, I'm going to give you a quick summary of what she details. First of all, big change is the new Citroën C5 Aircross face. It basically has a new enclosed grille because, of course, that is good for aero. You can personalise it by changing these colour clips. Bit like personalising your Crocs. If you haven't done that, you haven't lived. The height, 1 metre 66 centimetres. The same as a Nissan Ariya, not the same as me. I've got an extra 5 centimetres. The ground clearance is not bad. 20 centimetres or 200 millimetres to be precise. It doesn't come in four-wheel drive, but that extra ground clearance does mean that you are less likely to get stuck on a snowy school run. Up to 20-inch wheels, bold. But not as bold as these. Floating rear wings, they call them aerodynamic. I call them floating cup holders for al fresco drinking at the back of your car. Well, I think you'll agree that looking around here, nothing really screams cheap, does it? It's really well thought out. I really like the layout. And instantly, I also want to just touch all the nice soft touch fabrics. A fair amount of piano black still, but I'm just going to pretend I can't see that because the rest of it's really nice. So it kind of makes up for the fact that where I put my hand here, there's piano black, and where I put my hand here, where I put my hand here. So that's going to get lovely and smudgy. Huge buttons here for the temperature control, which is actually brilliant. I mean, okay, you've got some physical buttons as well, but when you're controlling your temperature and your passenger's temperature, it's just nice and clear and there's no faffing around. You don't have to go into the menus. So that's brilliant. And obviously it draws your attention to this ginormous screen, 13 inches no less, which comes with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's really intuitive to use, quick, responsive. So that is a big plus. And then behind it, you've just got some really nice storage area. So you've got 2 cup holders and some extra sort of little storage bins. You've got a storage bin up here as well. You've got both USB and USB-C, and you've got your 12-volt plug as well. And there's more. A nice little relatively deep spot there. And then you've got your door bins, which are ginormous. I mean, you could literally fit a 1.5 litre bottle in there, no problem at all. Gold colour scheme going. All of my digital display up here is gold, and because this is the top range, the Max model, you get a head-up display, but you wouldn't on the other two. And then I've saved the best till last. Can you guess what it is? The very, very, very comfortable seats. I think with this, you actually get, on the top range, you get lumbar support as well. So these are heated, they're cooled, you get lumbar support, it gives you a big cuddle when you start driving. And they're great. It's a very nice place to be. If you do spend a lot of time in the car, maybe it is worth going for the upgrade. The good news is that all trim levels offer a really strong standard spec. So the entry level U comes with 18-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights with high beam assist, 13-inch touchscreen with 3D navigation, wireless smartphone charging, adaptive cruise control, and a high-quality urban grey interior with sofa fabric. The mid-tier model, the Plus, comes with metropolitan blue ambience with premium fabrics, ambient lighting, dark tinted windows, proximity keyless entry, front parking sensors, and a 180-degree reversing camera. Then you've got this model, the Max, which has hype blue ambience with premium materials, an extended head-up display, heated front seats and steering wheel, hands-free electric tailgate, and drive assist pack with semi-autonomous features. They also have a standard heat pump for improved winter efficiency. I think your passengers are going to be very happy back here. It's spacious, it's comfy, it's really, really lovely. I mean, it helps having this massive pano roof. There's loads of light back here. You've got that little extra window back here as well. But you can see how much space there is between my knee and the seat in front, which is set to my driving position. That's a whole handspan there. I mean, I do have quite small hands, but aside from that, there is a decent amount of space. I mean, look at that. And then you also get the added bonus. Oh, we've got some heated seats back here. A net for storing things. Very useful for kids' books. And then, as expected, we've got the 2 sets of Isofix back here. And then, a little secret to really fully enjoy the experience. Oh, there's a little recline button. And actually, I can imagine just having a moment now and just falling asleep. It's really, really comfortable. Manos, can you just take 5?
You don't have time, Nick. You have to talk about the boot now.
He's such a slave driver. Now, when it comes to boot space, we're talking 565 litres, which is actually more than most rivals like the Ariya, the E3008, Grandland and Scenic. Only the Skoda Enyaq sneaks ahead with 585. In total, with all the seats folded down, you get 1,668 litres. We know you're not all looking for a new EV, and that's why we've built our own used EV marketplace at electrifying.com, packed with great deals and details like battery warranties so you can buy with confidence. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the screen to browse while you keep watching. Right, let's go for a drive and see where that catch is hiding. The first thing I noticed as me and Manos pulled away, this thing just glides down the road. It just absorbs every lump and bump in its way. But I've also realised why Citroën brought us to Mallorca. Because the roads are so perfect. It's actually quite hard to find a representative road of the joy that is UK roads with potholes. But after a bit of mileage, we have found a couple. And it is still relatively smooth over rough surfaces, and we have found a few potholes. And I am pleased to report that it is still very comfortable. Now, let me explain. When I had to get up pretty early this morning, quick shower, headed to the airport about 6 a.m. Obviously, I wasn't planning or thinking ahead to the gorgeous sunshine, so I put my jeans on. It's really hot here. So I have never been more thankful to the ventilated seats, because it is keeping my legs and my bum nice and cool. And it means that my hands aren't freezing. Because yes, of course, we have air conditioning and we can keep the air really cool, but then you actually get quite chilly here. And it's nice and targeted with the ventilated seats. So having made the wrong wardrobe choice, it has been corrected by the ventilated seats. So appreciating them more now than ever before. Now, for the pure electric ë-C5, there will initially just be one version with a 73 kilowatt hour battery and a range of up to 322 miles. Later in the year, Citroën will bring the long range with more power and a 97 kilowatt hour battery, giving up to 421 miles of range. There's also a plug-in hybrid too, if that's your thing, offering an all-electric range of up to 53 miles. Now, quick reminder of what we're actually driving. So this one, well, this is a special one because we're on the press trip. They have given me the all-singing, all-dancing 230 horsepower max model long range with the 97 kilowatt hour battery. Now, all the other models actually have 210 horsepower, definitely still enough, but a smaller 73 kilowatt hour battery. But I think both are going to feel relatively similar on the road and also quite similar to Peugeots and to the Grandland. But remember that Citroën, their kind of USP, their unique selling point at the moment, is they want to be known for comfort. And I am getting that right now. It is a really comfortable drive. Now, where it wins on comfort, it loses on sportiness. If you're looking for a sporty car, I wouldn't buy the C5 Aircross because it's not a sporty car. It kind of wallows, rolls a little bit through the corners. Also with the braking as well, I'd like a little bit more feedback on the braking. It's not hugely responsive, quite long on the brakes, and you also kind of nosedive a little bit. It's not an issue. You adjust your driving style to it. It just takes a little bit of time to get used to. Now, regen braking. Good news. You've got some paddles. So, as you would expect, left and right of the steering wheel, nice and easy to use, so you don't have to faff around inside a menu, which is really annoying, because if your driving environment's changing, it is nice to just be able to quickly change your regen at the touch of a button. It doesn't have one pedal driving, which is a bit of a shame, but it does bring you, to a relatively slow speed, almost to a stop, but just not quite. Now, when it comes to steering, I think the steering, again, is kind of in the middle. It's not too light, it's not too heavy. It's just as you want it to be. It does get a little bit heavier if you put it into sport mode, but that does feel good and appropriate for the power that you've got. Charging? Well, it's 11 kilowatt AC for now, with 22 kilowatts promised as an option soon. The 160 kilowatt DC speed is a bit compared to some, but it's not too bad. So I need to say, I've never been more thankful for giant climate control buttons because I can't quite get the temperature in here right. 1 minute it's too hot, then it's too cold, then I need more ventilation. So I've changed the temperature many, many times to get it right. It's still not right, but I'm just very thankful that we have big, ginormous buttons and I don't have to go find it in a menu somewhere, which would have been very annoying. Now, I can't believe I've got this far into driving impressions and haven't mentioned the almighty head-up display, which has kept me on track this whole journey. It's been absolutely brilliant, and I'm using it with the in-car navigation system rather than Apple CarPlay, which of course it does have. But it's great. It's really easy to use, and actually it works. I haven't got lost or gone in the wrong lane, which I always think is a positive for a navigation system. No, but it is genuinely really clear. You've got a massive speedo telling what speed you're going at, a massive, obviously, sign saying what the mile per hour limit is, and then it's just been very clear and concise with directions. So, well done, Citroën. Do you know, I think overall this car, it just sort of knows what it is, doesn't it? It's not pretending to be really fun. It's not pretending to be really sporty. It's just relaxed. It's comfortable. It doesn't like to be rushed. And I like that. I don't want to be rushed in life either. It's time to relax into it a bit more, which I can do when I'm on a press trip and I have no children in the back. It's an absolute joy. Now, I was getting around 3.45 miles per kilowatt hour in ideal temperatures and weather conditions on mixed roads, which is not that good, and it's actually a little bit off that claimed range, but I'd be keen to test it in British weather conditions and see how it stacks up. So, did I find a catch? No, not really. I did try. The interior is great. It looks good. It's spacious. I mean, it's the only car I can think of that has somewhere to rest a mug of tea on your taillights, which might be important for some. Quick recap on pricing. So the U model comes in at just over £34,000. Then you've got the Plus at 36.7 or thereabouts. And then you've got the Max at £39,300. Now, we don't actually know the price of this one. This is the Max long range, but Citroën have hinted that it will be under the £40,000 threshold, so you can take advantage of the government grants. Now, as we mentioned at the very beginning, you get a lot of car for that money. Yes, it is a lot of money, I know, but you get a lot for it. And I suppose the beauty of this ë-C5 is its honesty. Ultimately, it's not pretending to be something it's not. It's not pretending to be a sporty something or other. I think it's a bit like wearing a pair of Crocs. It's comfy, great for every day, bit of a statement, but always ready for whatever life throws at you. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I love sporty cars, but I don't think it's really necessary in a big, family-friendly SUV. So if I did go for this, for kid carrying duty, the money that I'd saved on buying this, I would then use to go for a track day at Brands Hatch, and I would get my adrenaline kick that way. What do you think? What would you do? Let me know in the comments below.